Well, welcome back again to another hot seat event with the Chief Cracka from CrackaJac Bookkeeping, Jacqueline Williams. Jacqueline, come on into the hot seat, mate.
G'day, Kel. How are you today?
How you doing?
Awesome, thank you.
Mate,
I'm doing crackers.
You're doing cracker. Yeah, all your crackers. That's okay. So, folks, Jacqueline, a bookkeeper extraordinaire. She is an absolute gem. I've known Jacqueline for some time now. And can I just say that most people in that bookkeeping, accounting sort of space, we're going to learn a little bit about what you do and who you are, but quite often they, what can I say? They don't smile as much. It's probably just the easy way. They don't smile and not as bubbly as what Jacqueline is. So you're going to come get out that today. So Jacqueline, just to start off with, what actually got you started within bookkeeping? What was the big moment you say, I'm going to be a bookkeeper?
Well, I was an exchange student in early years to when I was 18, actually, to Japan. And when I came back from Japan, I wanted to study Japanese. It's all I wanted to do. And my dad told me, no, you have to do something. You have to do something extra, like combine it with something like economics or business or accounting or something. And I started out doing economics and I hated it. So I moved across to an accounting degree and to combine it with my Japanese. And I really loved getting a result at the end. And balancing the books, I suppose you would call it. I really loved that part of it. And I spent 3 years at uni doing various accounting and management and marketing subjects along with my Japanese. And so I've always been in an accounting role off and on over the 30 odd years. And I just get a lot of joy out of finishing a job.
I think that's really what it is. Like, when you do a sum, 1 + 1 = 2. You got an end result, and what you're saying is it's that end result that you look forward to, and you can actually see it's measurable. And so, with bookkeeping, a lot of people go, "Oh, bookkeeping, my accountant does that." What's the real difference? Tell us the difference between what you do as a bookkeeper and the value that's in that, as opposed to, say, an accountant.
Really good question. I actually get asked a lot about it. Like I often get asked, can you do my tax return for me? And that's something that an accountant would do, actually, not actually a bookkeeper. So a bookkeeper focuses more on business. And in Australia, a bookkeeper is usually a BAS agent as well, registered BAS agent with the Tax Practitioners Board. And what we do is we work with small businesses, sole traders, companies, all different structures, to assist them with their GST and their PAYG reporting mainly. We do a hope of other stuff, but that's the main thing that we do. We help them with compliance in that area. Whereas an accountant will then take all those results that we have produced. Once we produce reports at the end of the financial year, they'll take those and then they will work out the tax for the small business owner, or they'll work out the best tax position for a business owner. So a tax agent or an accountant is more of a bigger picture. They help you strategize and minimize tax and so forth, whereas we're more in the operational, day-to-day operational side. And so we get a really intimate knowledge of our clients' businesses.
Okay, that's good. We've got a couple of people coming here. Hello, Natalie and Margaret there. So great to see you in here and supporting our Chief Cracka here today. And I guess when you start thinking about that, you're more the day-to-day. So the relationship you build up with your clients is quite significant, I imagine. So tell me some of those relationships that you've built up. And where's the passion and the love come for your bookkeeping?
Yeah, a lot of them become really good friends because, a great example is last year when COVID first hit. I have a childcare service that was looking at closing because they were just having children pulled from their service left, right and centre, and they could not support to pay their staff their wages. And, we ended up being counsellors because we're so close to our clients and we have built up that relationship with them that they trust level is very high. And, whenever anything happens, especially in the last year, whenever any announcements made with grants and so forth, my head's ticking over. Who can I help here? Who can I assist to apply for some of these grants so that they can keep their business going? I love to work. My background is a little bit more in the not-for-profit and charity sort of sector. So I love working in that area. And the community sort of sector, businesses that help other businesses, whether it be service providers or not-for-profits and charities. So I get a real kick out of seeing them succeed. And that's my, I feel like I'm successful when my clients have been successful.
Yeah, cool. And so I know when I've had many conversations with you, you talk about rescue jobs a lot.
Oh, yeah.
The rescue job, and I actually see you. It's almost like the biggest challenge, I think.
It is. Yeah.
Rescue job. All right. So tell us a little bit about what a rescue job is.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty well known in my sort of in the sort of a Hunter area where I'm from, for sort of with auditors and accountants for being able to turn businesses uncompliance to compliance, I suppose you would call it, in terms of, people come to me when they're way behind in their their BASs, they're way behind and doing a whole heap of stuff, and they just don't know where to start. So I break it all down for them, and I sit down and start. And I love getting to the end when we've got everything running really smoothly. We've got some new systems in place for them so they don't get behind again. And, no judgment, this is what's got to be done. Let's just do it. And let's hold your hand along the way. So sometimes I'm fully involved in the process. Sometimes I give them like I'm a coach, and I give them something to do, and they go and do it and come back to me, and with the aim of getting them up to date, compliant, and able to make decisions in their business. Because really, other than compliancy, the reason that you're doing all of your bookkeeping is to enable you to have up-to-date data and information so you can make decisions to help your business grow. And that's the bottom line, really. Compliance, you have to do it. Whereas this, all the other stuff we do actually helps them to make helps them to grow their business. And I love seeing that. I love seeing my clients grow because they've been able to make great decisions.
Yeah, look, and I think that's what a lot of business owners, I know that was one of the faults that I had many years ago in business, is you become the technician of your business, all right? And we see these different levels, and the E-Myth by Michael Gerber talks about this. Yeah, it talks about this stage we go through a business where we're the technicians in our business, so we do what we do well, but we let go of those things we don't like to do. But it's those things quite often, it's the bookkeeping that a lot of us leave behind, all right? And we get ourselves life. And how do you make those decisions? If you haven't got the numbers, it's impossible to make decisions. So you're making decisions on gut rather than fact.
That's right. Yep. So it's better to have the information there and make the decision than what it is to do it, fly blind and do it, as you say. But Michael Gerber, having you brought up Michael Gerber actually writes lots of books about, and he wrote one, the E-Myth for bookkeepers. So he's actually written a book to help bookkeepers get out of their head and look at the bigger picture of their business and stop being the technician. Yeah. So it's interesting that you bring that up.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's one of the conversations we've been having. So tell me, so you take these rescue jobs on and stuff like that. So I'm gonna finish off here with probably the most important question I always ask. So what is that one tip that you could give, or you might have a couple, but that's okay. What's the tips you want to give and leave behind with our people about bookkeeping and getting their business going that can really make a difference to them, if they're going to be listening on here today?
I see it time and time again. It's best to ask for help. So when people don't ask for help and they just ignore it because they think if they ignore it, it'll go away, it doesn't. Is don't be worried about asking for help. So when I have someone that comes to me when they're just starting out in business and we set up their software so that it does the right thing from the beginning, they can then make those great decisions and grow really quickly because they've got that information there and they know how to use the software. They've set it up properly to do what it needs to do. Whereas a year down the track, if they come to me to do that, then things are in the wrong place. The software doesn't do what it's supposed to be doing because it hasn't been set up properly from the beginning. So don't be scared to ask for help, because asking for help is going to really put them in a good stead going forward for the future of their business.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know how many male to females you actually do, but some of us blokes, and I'm just going to speak from personal experience, we go, oh, gee whiz, I don't want to expose my weakness.
Yeah,
it's that feeling of if I don't know, I don't want to tell. I just want to keep it secret. Shh, But the reality is, like, this is the most important thing. So coming back to that start where you build some really good relationships with your clients.
Yeah.
And so, if anybody's out there looking for a bookkeeper, number one, Chief Cracka here, Jacqueline is amazing. I know she does a great job, and she's very well recognized in the industry. So
Thanks,
number one, give her a buzz. She's going to be dropping her details into the Facebook Live. So make sure you do that so people know where to get in contact with you.
Sure,
but
it's
the relationship, all right? And so, so I guess what's maybe one relationship, I don't want to single out because I know you got a lot of clients. So it's not about anything bad about anything. But what's one client you go, that's just a relationship that's built, matched in heaven. You've really enjoyed it. It might be a rescue job. So what's that one relationship? You don't have to name names, but tell us the experience.
Well, actually, it's a refuge client of mine, and they assist women and children with escaping domestic violence, and that's I suppose a cause close to my heart. I've had a few friends that have been in that sort of situation, and I think because I align with that, with their vision, with their I suppose their mission. When I was asked by an auditor to go in and help them when they'd had probably 3 or 4 months with nobody doing the finances, and it was a huge mess, rescuing them and helping them. And at the end of it, they gave me a beautiful card that said, "Thanks for rescuing us." And that just the fact that they are so appreciative of someone that will come in and just help them. And the guy, all the staff that work at this refuge are all good friends now, and I really enjoy their company. And that I can't remember what your question was, Cal, but that's this. I suppose because I'm aligned with their mission quite a lot, and that's what I look for in a client. Is I like to see that I can align with their values. And I think that's really important in business as well.
I think that's perfect just to end off our session here today, is to say in running our own businesses, what's really important is we actually have clients, or the majority of our clients, and the people we really want to work with, that makes us happy as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So if we're happy in our job, we're going to do a better job of that. So if you're dealing with people that are just a struggle all the time, that goes across your whole business. And what I see in Jacqueline is build some amazing relationships with people. And she always, just look at the smile there now. She's always got the smile, always got the laugh, always there and welcoming. And it's really about that. That's what business is about, folks. Is Hot Seat here is about what is our why? How do we do business? And what is it that motivates us? And the single thread that's coming out that I'm seeing is exactly what you just said there, Jacqueline, is relationships.
It is. I agree.
Having a relationship, both the business provider and the client having a really good synergistic relationship. And if you haven't got that, eventually something falls apart. So, Jacqueline, I just want to say thank you very much for being on Hot Seat today.
Thanks for having me. It's been a hoot.
It's been a cracker.
It's been a cracker, yeah.
Next week we've got a guy by the name of Scotty Trevathan. Scotty is an actual accountant. So we're going to actually, now we've got the bookkeeper, we're going to have an accountant to say a little bit of stuff as well. So really looking forward to that one. So
tune in for that one.
Tune in next week for another absolutely cracking Hot Seat. So thank you very much then, Jacqueline. And we'll see you again soon, mate.
Bye.